Welcome to our deep dive into the world of scammers. You know, those digital bottom feeders who treat the internet like their own personal ocean of gullibility. Think of this as a public service announcement, but instead of being sponsored by the Ad Council, it's brought to you by my own simmering rage at the audacity of these people. Today, we're exposing the tactics they use to deceive innocent people, and trust me, they're more cunning than a fox who's also a lawyer and a part-time magician. We'll be covering everything from phishing emails that make Nigerian princes look like trustworthy pen pals to fake tech support that will have you believing your computer is powered by hamsters on a wheel. Buckle up. Let's start with phishing, which is like fishing, but instead of worms on hooks, it's lies wrapped in digital bait. You get an email that looks so real, you'd swear it was sent by your own mother. Except, it's not your sweet, internet-illiterate mother. It's a scammer pretending to be, well, just about anyone. Your bank, your favorite online store, even the tax man himself. These emails are crafted to trigger your panic button. They'll say your account has been compromised, your package is lost in the digital ether, or you owe the government enough money to buy a small island nation. And just when your heart rate hits triple digits, they hit you with the hook, a link. A seemingly innocent little link that leads to a website designed to steal your passwords, credit card details, and probably your social security number, just for good measure. Now you might think you're too smart to fall for such obvious trickery. You probably floss after every meal and proofread your emails for grammatical errors. But here's the thing about phishing emails. They're getting scarily good. Gone are the days of misspelled words and sentences that sound like they were translated from Klingon. These digital con artists are now using sophisticated design templates, stealing logos, and even mimicking the language of legitimate companies. They're like the Daniel Day-Lewis of digital deception, fully inhabiting their roles. So before you click on any link in an email, even if it seems to be from a source you trust, take a beat. Hover over the link to see the actual URL, and if something seems even remotely fishy, treat it like a week-old tuna sandwich and throw it in the bin. Remember, legitimate companies will never ask for your personal information via email. They already have it. You gave it to them willingly, probably in exchange for free shipping or the ability to leave passive-aggressive reviews. So what can you do to protect yourself from these digital anglers? First, be wary of any email that asks you to click on a link, especially if it creates a sense of urgency. Second, always double-check the sender's email address. Does it actually match the company it claims to be from? Or is it something like bankofamerica_customer_support@aol.com? If it's the latter, run. Finally, if you're ever unsure about an email, contact the company directly using their official contact information, not the details provided in the suspicious email. Trust your gut, and remember, when it comes to phishing emails, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Alright, let's move on to another scam that's about as welcome as a hole in your pocket. Fake tech support. You know the drill, you're just minding your own business, browsing cat videos, or trying to remember your Amazon password, when suddenly your computer screen freezes. And then it hits you, a pop-up, often accompanied by a blood-curdling alarm sound that would make a banshee blush. It's a message claiming your computer is infected with more viruses than a petri dish at a medical convention. Now, panic sets in. Your mind races. What have I downloaded? Was it that free screensaver of a dolphin eating a waffle? Before you can even process the thought of a waffle-eating dolphin, the pop-up delivers its final blow. A phone number, a direct line to Microsoft support or Apple help desk or, tech support for computers and such. They're practically begging you to call, promising to rid your poor, infected computer of its digital ailments. So you call. Maybe you're desperate, maybe you're technologically challenged, or maybe you just really hate the sound of that alarm. Whatever the reason, you find yourself talking to a very convincing technician. They speak with authority, rattling off technical jargon that would make your head spin faster than a hard drive on overdrive. They might even guide you through some seemingly legitimate troubleshooting steps, further solidifying their credibility. But here's the kicker. They're not actually fixing anything. In fact, they're often the ones who infected your computer in the first place. using readily available malware that can be downloaded with the click of a button. Their goal: to gain access to your computer, and more importantly, your personal information. They'll ask you to install remote access software, giving them complete control of your digital life. From there, it's open season on your passwords, bank accounts, and anything else they can get their grubby little digital hands on. So, how can you avoid falling victim to these digital snake oil salesmen? Simple: never ever call a phone number that appears in a pop-up message. Legitimate tech support companies will never, and I repeat, never, contact you out of the blue. They're far too busy dealing with actual problems, like trying to figure out why your printer only works when you threaten it with a hammer. If you're ever unsure about a pop-up message or a phone call claiming to be from tech support, hang up and contact the company directly using their official contact information. And for the love of all that is holy, keep your antivirus software up to date. Think of it as a digital condom for your computer. It might not be the most exciting thing in the world, but trust me, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Online shopping. It's the modern-day convenience that has revolutionized the way we buy everything from clothes to gadgets. It's replaced the thrill of trying on pants in a cramped fitting room with the thrill of wondering if those pants will fit at all when they arrive. The anticipation, the excitement, and sometimes the disappointment. But amidst the genuine retailers, there lurks a darker side, a shadowy cabal of digital pickpockets. These are the hidden dangers of the online marketplace. These, my friends, are the online shopping scammers. They prey on the unsuspecting, weaving intricate webs of deceit. Now, you might think you're too smart to fall for this. You might believe that your savvy shopping skills and keen eye for detail will protect you. I only shop at reputable websites, you declare, clutching your ethically sourced organic mousepad. You trust the brands you know and the websites you frequent. But here's the thing. These scammers are like raccoons in a dumpster fire. They thrive in chaos and are incredibly resourceful. They're resourceful, they're persistent, and they've somehow made looking shamelessly dishonest into a lucrative career path. They adapt quickly and are always on the lookout for their next victim. These digital storefronts are often elaborate facades, filled with stolen product photos, glowing and entirely fake customer reviews, and prices so low they'd make even the most frugal shopper consider a life of crime. They create an illusion of legitimacy that's hard to resist. It's like finding a $5 bill on the sidewalk. Sure, it seems too good to be true, but wouldn't it be great if it wasn't? The temptation is real, and that's exactly what these scammers are counting on. So how do you separate the legitimate e-commerce wheat from the fraudulent chaff? It's a question that has become increasingly important in our digital age, where online shopping is more popular than ever. Well, aside from the obvious, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, there are a few telltale signs that you're about to be digitally fleeced. These signs can help you navigate the murky waters of online shopping with a bit more confidence. Firstly, let's talk about URLs. The web address you see at the top of your browser can reveal a lot about the site you're visiting. You see, a website address is like a digital fingerprint. It can tell you a lot about the authenticity of the site. It tells you who you're dealing with. A legitimate business will have a clean, professional URL. If you stumble across a website with a name like Super Cheap Gucci Bags for u.biz, well, let's just say you should probably temper your expectations for Italian craftsmanship. Such URLs are often a dead giveaway for scam sites. Next, pay attention to the payment options. This is another crucial area where scammers often reveal themselves. Legitimate businesses will offer secure payment gateways, often with familiar logos like Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal. These logos are a sign that the business has been vetted by these financial institutions. If the only way to pay is via wire transfer, Western Union, or, God forbid, cryptocurrency, then congratulations, you've found yourself a one-way ticket to Scamtown, population U. These payment methods are often untraceable and irreversible. Lastly, and this should go without saying, but grammar and spelling matter. A professional website will take the time to ensure their content is error-free. A website riddled with typos and grammatical errors is a bit like a restaurant with a C health rating. It shows a lack of attention to detail and professionalism. Sure, you might get lucky and have a decent meal, but are you really willing to risk it? The same goes for online shopping. It's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so you ignored all the warning signs. You saw the red flags, but you thought, hey, it won't happen to me. You threw caution to the wind, took a gamble on that unbelievably cheap smartphone, and now you're the proud owner of absolutely nothing. Or worse, a broken piece of junk. First of all, don't panic. You're not alone. This happens to the best of us, and it's important to stay calm. These scammers rake in billions of dollars every year, which is frankly embarrassing for all of humanity. It's a global issue, affecting millions. Your first course of action is to contact your bank or credit card company immediately. Time is of the essence here. Report the fraudulent transaction and see if they can reverse the charges. Many financial institutions have protocols in place for such situations. It's also worth reporting the scam to the authorities, although I'll be honest, the chances of them catching the perpetrators are about as high as finding a sober person at a Margaritaville at closing time. But it's still important to report it. But hey, maybe you'll get lucky. Stranger things have happened. Maybe, just maybe, the authorities will track down the scammer, shut down their operation, and recover all the stolen funds. It's a long shot, but it's not impossible. And then, in a stunning display of competence and efficiency, they'll return your money, along with a heartfelt apology and a gift certificate for a free cruise. Wouldn't that be something? Okay, who am I kidding? The cruise isn't happening, but it's nice to imagine, right? But hey, a consumer can dream, right? And in the meantime, take this as a learning experience. Stay vigilant and protect yourself from future scams. You know those emails you get telling you you've won the lottery in some far-off land you've never even heard of? Yeah, those. They're about as real as a unicorn riding a roller coaster on the surface of the sun. They prey on our innate human desire for something for nothing, for that golden ticket, that winning scratch-off. But here's the kicker, folks. You can't win a lottery you didn't enter. It's like saying you won a hot dog eating contest you didn't even know existed. It defies logic, reason, and probably several laws of physics. Yet people fall for it. Don't be one of those people. Now let's say you entertain this ridiculous notion for a moment. You think, well, maybe I did enter some random online contest. The scammer, eager to reel you in, will tell you there are taxes or processing fees to claim your winnings. They might even ask for your bank account information to directly deposit your prize. And this, my friends, is where the real scam begins. They're not sending you money, they're after yours. It's easy to think, I'd never fall for that. But these scams are more sophisticated than you might think. They use official-looking logos, urgent language, and even throw in some heartwarming stories to make it all seem legit. But remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So, next time you get that email about your Nigerian prince fortune or your surprise lottery win, hit that delete button faster than you can say tax-free inheritance. Ah, love. It makes the world go round. It also, unfortunately, makes it incredibly easy for scammers to take advantage of people looking for a connection. Romance scams are particularly cruel because they prey on our desire for companionship, intimacy, and love. These digital Casanovas create elaborate online personas, spinning tales of adventure, success, and of course, undying love. They'll shower you with compliments, engage in deep conversations, and even invent shared interests to build a sense of trust. They might claim to be working overseas, making it impossible to meet in person, which conveniently masks their true identity. The goal is to make you emotionally invested, vulnerable, and ultimately ready to open not just your heart but also your wallet. The requests for money might start small, a loan for a medical emergency or a plane ticket to finally meet. But as the relationship progresses, so do the demands. Suddenly, there's a family crisis, a business venture gone wrong, or a desperate need for a life-saving surgery. The scammer will pull at your heartstrings, using guilt and manipulation to get what they want. Remember, true love doesn't involve emptying your bank account for someone you've never met. Well, folks, that's it for our whirlwind tour of the dark side of the internet. From phishing emails to romance scams, these digital con artists are getting increasingly sophisticated in their attempts to steal your hard-earned money and personal information. But knowledge is power, and by being aware of these common scams, you can protect yourself and avoid falling victim. Remember, always be skeptical, Double-check suspicious emails and offers, and never give out personal information to anyone you don't know and trust. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more informative content.